We all know the breathtaking Dakota Ditcheva for her bone-rattling knockouts that leave arenas in stunned silence. But did you know that Dakota, yes, the Dakota, actually felt the cold sting of defeat once in her storied career? A perfectly timed right hand, followed by a beautiful sweep that sent shockwaves through the building. Let's rewind the tape and live inside that moment. March 25th, Greater Manchester, England. The Doncaster Dome was absolutely buzzing, packed to the rafters with fight fans who'd come to worship at the altar of their local phenom. The main event, hometown heroine Dakota Ditcheva versus the relentless Scottish warrior Amy Perry. Naturally, the British-Bulgarian sensation was the overwhelming favorite, fighting on home soil, where she had eviscerated every opponent thrown her way with surgical, almost casual brutality. But what unfolded over the next 5 rounds nearly turned into a full-blown catastrophe for the rising star. Going into this clash, Dakota was already an established superstar across the UK kickboxing and Muay Thai circuits. Her last victim, the tough-as-nails Cat Payton, had been left crumpled on the canvas, gasping and wondering aloud why body kicks weren't classified as illegal weapons. Stick back behind it, those landed flush. Payton had to weather an early storm of vicious low kicks that chopped her lead leg to ribbons. Tries that kick in, boom! The finishing shot wasn't even a highlight. It was an act of mercy. Campaigns got to be careful. There it goes. Over. The crowd erupted into a deafening roar for that bloodbath, and the 17-year-old prodigy, soaking in the adoration, made a silent promise to deliver another gruesome spectacle for her rabid home fans. But this time, her opponent wasn't just another name on the resume. Amy Perry was a different breed entirely. Holder of the prestigious WBC Muay Thai International Flyweight title, riding a blistering streak of 9 consecutive dominant victories, she was a certified threat hailing from the rugged fighting grounds of Scotland. Standing at a deceptive 5 feet 3 inches, short in stature but built like a coiled spring, she fought like an enraged bull in the china shop of the ring. Aggressive, explosively powerful, and armed with a killer instinct that had ended many a career. No wonder she was widely regarded as one of the very best female kickboxers on the planet. This wasn't just any fight. This was for the coveted ISKA Muay Thai World Strawweight title. Perry hadn't crossed the border to play second fiddle or decorate Dakota's growing highlight reel. She came to destroy Dakota, to rip the belt from her grasp and haul it back to Scotland as a war trophy. Most pundits and fans gave Perry about as much chance as a snowball surviving in hell. But make no mistake, this fighter was dangerous, a walking highlight reel of violence in her own right. The opening bell hadn't even settled when the two warriors collided in a flurry of fiery, technical shots. Long levers of diva, really aggressive from the jump. Dakota, using her significant reach advantage, snapped out teep kicks and probing jabs, trying to establish distance early. But just 30 seconds in, boom! A crisp counter right hand from Perry sat Dakota clean on her backside, the first real crack in the armor. The arena gasped. Perry, proving to be the perfect stylistic nightmare, sent Dakota tumbling a second time with a perfectly timed inside leg kick that swept her off balance. And the 5 3 inch Scottish pinball, fearless, relentless, was more than willing to stand toe-to-toe in the fire against the much taller, longer Dakota. Kicks hard! Perry's knocked girls out cold with body shots alone? Another trip. A third time Dicha hit the canvas, each impact growing more jarring, more violent than the last. Big knee for Perry. Crack. Another big knee up the middle. Good sweep from Perry. Textbook. Dakota, trying to regain control, channeled her inner John Jones, whipping a vicious spinning elbow that cut through the air like a helicopter blade. Perry didn't even blink. She absorbed it, smirked, and kept marching forward. Technique tried from Dakota. Nice, but no dice. The Scots' ridiculously low center of gravity kept her rooted like an oak tree in a hurricane. So Perry began toying with her taller foe, bouncing in and out of range with cat-like quickness, peppering Dakota with stinging jabs and low kicks that reddened her thighs. Ken takes her down, thud, then delivers free punches like Santa on Christmas morning. Commentators were already whispering, if she loses this, and I'm not saying she will, this could be a career-defining upset. Round 2 exploded like open warfare had been declared between two dazzling, deadly beauties. Dakota tried to reassert herself with long, stabbing front kicks pushed out like pistons, but they sailed harmlessly through empty air. She's too slow for Perry tonight, who's moving like she's in the damn Matrix. Counter after counter. Dakota upgraded her assault, throwing tighter combinations, sneaking in elbows over the top. No avail. Nice elbow, sneak elbow for Perry on the break. Nicely timed push kick, perfect range management. Perry stayed just outside Dakota's kill zone, using long, stinging punches and teeps to the body that folded the Brit in half. But when Dakota pressed forward aggressively once more, trying to bully her way inside, whoosh! Perry ducked under, chopped the leg, and sent her crashing to the canvas yet again. At this point, the ring floor was doing more cumulative damage than any single punch or kick imaginable. This is quite surprising. Good Lord. Heading into the third round, Dakota retreated to her corner, face flushed, breathing heavy. Her mother, her longtime coach and emotional anchor, leaned in close, delivering expert tactical advice between rounds. Stay long, use the jab, don't trade in the pocket. But it made zero difference. Round 3 began, and Dakota was dismantled even harder than before, like a freight train had slammed into a sports car at full speed. Neither woman took a single step backward. Neither was ready to surrender an inch. Good body kick, fast scores. Nice body kick, big body kick from Perry. Scores again, nice work underneath the elbow. Takes balance off, perfect push kick. Perry was in full flow, a Scottish storm tearing through Manchester. By the championship 4th round, something shifted. The home crowd's energy seemed to ignite a fire in Dakota's gut. She finally began to dominate in front of her people, finding her rhythm at last. A massive overhand right crack dropped Perry to the canvas for the first time all night. The arena exploded. The war had officially turned. I think that was the counter. Yeah, perfect timing. Perry was now the one throwing everything but the kitchen sink, desperate to survive. Both women, bloodied but unbowed, made a silent, ladylike agreement mid-round. Let's just bang. Full skill, no holding back. They traded brutal kicks like gladiators in the Colosseum. Fabulous, fabulous performance by these two warriors, win or lose. Into the 5th and final round, Dakota added extra torque to every punch, every elbow, every knee. Really trying to put the seal on this one? She was hunting the knockout with predatory focus, uncorking thunderous right hands and slicing elbows that whistled through the air. Team really trying to dominate this last round. Look for the spinning elbows. She's going to try it again. Clinch. This was pure war. What a fight this had been. Dakota showed no mercy, unleashing combinations with power that could knock down a herd of stampeding elephants. Missing slightly with the spinning elbow, whoosh, but the left hook lands clean. Last 20 seconds. Both women swinging for the fences, crowd on their feet. What a fantastic fight! At the final bell, both warriors raised their arms, exhausted, battered, but defiant. The judges' scorecards were read, and Amy Perry was declared the winner by unanimous decision, having dominated the first 3 rounds with relentless pressure and takedowns. Even though Dakota mounted a ferocious rally in the final 2 rounds, storming back with power and precision, it simply wasn't enough to overcome the early deficit. And in the red corner, Amy Perry. It was so close. The arena fell into a stunned hush, then erupted into respectful applause for both women. This loss, this devastating, humbling defeat, became the defining turning point in Dakota's entire career. Gutted, disappointed,